Hello there, thanks for joining me for my review of the Sweetex calorie-free sweeteners. See, I have been having these for, I think, probably about 30 years. My grandmother actually got me onto these, who has been on a diet most of her life. She's not with us anymore, bless her, but she always used to use these in her coffee. She used to carry them out in a bag as well, so that she could use them out and about because she didn't like anybody else's sweeteners. And then I've got a taste for them, and I don't tend to use anything else either. See, this is the actually the 1200 tablet one. That's what they look like in the packet. I get through a lot, so you always make sure that I've got a spare in the cupboard. And then it says on the back, making life sweet. So they're sodium saccharin based tabletop sweeteners. And it says there the only ingredient is sodium saccharin. So they're ideal for everyone wishing to cut down on sugar as part of a healthier lifestyle with a balanced diet. So one Sweetex tablet is equivalent in sweetness to a 5-gram teaspoon of sugar, but with none of the calories. So you can use them instead of sugar in hot and cold drinks. So it says there, keep the dispenser dry at all times. Because if you tend to drop it in water, it can clog up where they come out of the bottom. See, if you push the button, you can see that pop out, which is where the actual tablet comes out of. So a nice little click, quite a satisfying little dispenser. And then they stand up quite easily and nicely in the cupboard. I like some of them where they're quite thin, so they can topple over. These are quite sturdy and hard to knock over, so I just keep them in the cupboard with the coffee and everything. And then I also keep a smaller one in my handbag for when I'm out and about, because I'm quite picky with sweeteners. Although I don't actually use sugar in my coffee or tea anymore, and haven't for 30 odd years. From constantly being on a diet, as us women tend to be quite a lot. So just click the top and one comes out. So they're really, really small, so they're quite quick to dissolve. I find it quite hard. There's as much sweetness in them as a teaspoon of sugar, but there really is. I actually use 2 in my tea because I always used to have 2 spoons of sugar back in the day. I also tried half spoon as well, but I didn't really like the taste of that. These are one of the better tasting sweeteners. So when I went to Weight Watchers, they said that they tend to find that people get on best with these than the other sweeteners because they are a little bit closer in sweetness than actual sugar to some of the other ones. So yeah, if you're looking for an alternative to sugar for your tea and coffee and anything else that you drink, then I highly recommend these. So if you get them, then I hope you get on with them as well as I have, and maybe you'll use them for 30 odd years. So thanks very much for watching. I hope this was useful.